We have good goaltenders. We mentioned that yesterday, and Jacob's injury just opens the door for opportunity for both Danny and Dusty. So we're not concerned in that regard. Yeah, I mean that goes back to having trust in the guys that we have in the organization. So it's almost like you just shift the names as to how you had it penciled out. So we know both guys will give us chances to win. So we're comfortable playing both for sure.
Will the breakdown of playing time be similar between Vladar and Wolf than it was between Markstrom?
It'll depend how it goes. That stuff's all kind of up in the air. But the great thing about Jacob's injury, it's not as bad as it seemed. So week to week is you could see him 1 week. It could be shortly thereafter. So it's not something that is anything we're expecting to be long term, which is a great thing.
How important is it for Dustin to be around the organization for perhaps a little bit longer, maybe like it is a week to week, but just being around?
I think it's always a great thing for a young guy to be around, no matter what the situation is, whether you're playing or not. I think some guys over the years, and you can look at Rasford as an example, he was brought up as a younger guy, and I think he played one game in about a month's time. But he had an opportunity to spend time with the players to see how they did things on a daily basis. And for Wolfie, I look at it the same way. The difference is he'll play. So it's a good opportunity to have a chance to work with Jason all the time. It's a good opportunity to see what Vladdy does at the other end of the rink, and it's a great opportunity to be around Jacob as well, because it's not like Jacob's not going to be in the room. So it's a good thing for sure.
Ryan, you talked about how heavily you had to lean on Markstrom in the first month, where the team game maybe wasn't where it needed to be. As far as timing, is this maybe a good time in a sense because the team game's trending in the right direction?
Timing, I don't know about timing. You never want to see anybody go down, but Vladdy's coming off his best start he's had this year, and Dusty played 2 great games in Henderson this past weekend. So as I said, we're comfortable with where we're at.
How have you seen Jacob's presence rub off on players in the time that you've been here? How does that work?
He's got a personality about him, and you love that about him. Some goaltenders on game day, Kelly would be able to attest to it. You don't want to go near them. Jacob's he's a different level on game day, but he's very approachable. I like the way he comes to the rink every day and conducts his business, and the players see a guy that is confident and dialed in. It gives them a lot of confidence as well going into games. So he's done a great job this year of coming back and really feeling good about where his game is at.
In a way, like unfortunate circumstance, but you're around Dan pretty frequently, and in a way, are you kind of like he gets this opportunity to run with a little bit? Like that's got to be something you might be happy that he gets to circumstance.
Well, it's opportunity, and he deserves it too. I mean, we've talked a lot about our goaltenders here over the last probably a year and a half, really. That we feel like we have 3 guys that are capable of being number 1 guys. So now when doors open a little bit, it's up to that player to make sure that door doesn't close. So whether you're talking about Danny or Wolfie, that they have to push it open further, and they have to make some difficult decisions. So that's now on them a little bit, where the door has opened a crack because of an injury to Jacob, and now it's up to them to really push and take advantage of their opportunity.
Isn't he talked to Jacob, and is he relieved, obviously? You said it could have been worse.
He wanted to play tonight still. That's the way he is. You love it about him. So I don't know if relieved is the right answer, but I don't anticipate him being out all that long, knowing him.
So what have you gotten from, and maybe what have you seen in terms of progression with the Uyghur and Anderson pairing there?
I think they're getting more comfortable playing with each other. Mackenzie, originally we liked him on his onside. We felt like the game was a little bit more fluid during his time with us. But when you looked at our pairs in the back end, at times he wasn't playing enough. And this gave us an opportunity to get him some more minutes. And I think he's got himself back to being comfortable playing on his offside again. The one thing that you do see is both those guys have the ability to generate some offense and jump in the play. Mackenzie's shooting the puck a lot right now, and I know Raz is kind of feeding into that a little bit because he's a big reason why he's getting the shots away. But I think both guys are very competitive, and I think both guys have pushed each other to kind of find another level.
When you say he wanted to play tonight, that's not just a turn of phrase. Like he literally wanted to play tonight.
Oh, he would. If he could hardly move around, he would want to play. That's just the way he is. Yeah.
Ryan, the world of responded well to a coaching change. What have you seen from them, and what challenges do they present?
When you watch their games right now, they're back to the way they were playing last year, where they have a great offensive skill set with a number of their players, and they're moving around in the offensive zone well, and they've started games really well. Since John has been there, I think they've outscored their opponents 8-1 in the first period. So that's a great challenge for us coming into tonight. But on the flip side, they've given up 3 goals in 3 games too. So they're feeling better about themselves for sure.